there, welcome back to Just Me and My Fabric. If you're new here, I'm so happy that you stopped by. My name is Angela, and this is an episode of Hashtag Friday Sews. So I hope that your new year is going well. Let me know what you're up to in the sewing room if you've gotten some sewing in. We got a bunch of snow dumped on us this past week. More about that in a little bit, but it has afforded me the opportunity to hunker down and get some sewing done. If you're new here, you may not know that every January for the past few years, ever since 22, I think, I've done what I've called hashtag pantsuary. It's where I focus my sewing exclusively on pants for the month of January. I'm going to do the same this year. I kind of hesitated for a bit. Do I want to do that? I'm trying to not lock myself into rigid plans with my sewing this year. But I decided that it's too fun and it is a way for me to get some new me-made pants. So what I am doing, I am doing some adjustments and amendments to a couple of pairs of pants that I already have. I'll show you more about that here in a second. And I also have on my radar to make two brand new pair of pants. That's kind of ambitious for me because I tend to be a slow sewist, but that's the plan. I'm going to share with you what the first make is today. And I'll also talk a little bit more about a repair I had to make to these Vogue pants that I made in 2023 as part of a 10-piece capsule wardrobe I did that year. But first, let's talk about the fun stuff. I am working on Style Arc Clare woven pant. I'll hold that up there so you can see it. I bought this, I know there's kind of a glare there, I apologize. I bought this as a pre-printed pattern. I think I got it from Amazon when they were doing a Style Arc sale on Amazon. This is, it has a flat front waist, a tie belt, angled pockets in the front, 7/8 inch, 7/8 length, and front pleats. And I'll hold that back up there again a little closer so you can get all those details there. And I am going to be making this, well, I'm not going to be, I am making it, I've already started. I'm making it out of a stretch sateen. This is, took some notes here. This is a cotton lycra stretch sateen that I got from Fabric Mart Fabrics last year, I believe. So it's a navy blue. You can kind of see how much stretch the fabric has there. It's not one of the fabrics that was called for, but I think that it'll do fine. It calls for linen, crepe, and fine wool. And this is lightweight enough that I think it'll be fine. I shouldn't have any problems at all. And actually the stretch might benefit me a little bit on that flat front there at the waist. So we'll see about that. I will keep you guys posted as I make progress on these. I think they're too cute. I love that tie that's around the front. So I got those pieces cut out this week. And then, like I mentioned, the other sewing that I did this week was to make a repair to these Vogue pants. This is V9246, I believe. It's in a very, very heavy ponte that I think I also got from Fabric Mart Fabrics. And what had happened was the seam had started to come undone a little bit here in the rear, like maybe about an inch. So I just redid that hole from the waistline all the way to the crotch. Just put another row of stitching there just to reinforce that and to close up that little split there. I love these pants. The only problem with these pants is the fabric. I love the color. It's a nice chocolatey brown and it's got some good stretch to it as you would expect from a ponte, but it's heavy. Like these pants feel like they weigh 5 pounds. They're like really heavy, which is good in the winter. I did make these to be worn in the fall winter. So it has worked out for that. And overall, I do like them. So that's pretty much what I've done sewing related this week, other than when I was changing out the thread on my serger to match this blue. I went ahead and gave it a good cleaning, oiled it. And I have to say, I've had my Serger, I got it in March of 24. I'm pretty sure that's right. And I have changed the thread out a few times, but what I've found myself doing is keeping a neutral color, like a taupe or a dark tan color in there that will kind of go with most things that I make so that I don't have to change the thread. It's not a difficult thing. Changing the thread on this serger is super easy, super simple. But because I do it so infrequently, there's a video that I always refer to. Like every time I change the thread, I watch this video. I feel like one of these times I'm going to have it memorized, but we'll see about that. I'm going to link to that video below. It's such a good video. This is a 1034D model by Brother. So if any of you guys have that same model, you might also find this video helpful. The channel's name is Blueprint DIY, and it's run by a woman named Angelina. She's fantastic, and her video on changing the thread out is like just perfect. I think you'll really find it useful if you have this model and like me, you haven't yet memorized how to rethread it. And I am wearing a McCall's mock turtleneck that I made also in 2023 as part of that same capsule. I'll put the picture up here. This is, it's a rib knit that I got on Remnant from Stone Mountain and Daughter in the color wine. It's such a beautiful fabric. I'm thinking that they may not have this fabric any longer because I got it, you know, at least 2 years ago. But it's so nice. It's it might be a poly spandex blend, but it's really nice. I would recommend this pattern. It was a good pattern. And in fact, I haven't worn this top in a while. And now that I put it on again, it makes me want to remake the pattern. So I might put that on my loose plans for this year. Like I mentioned, I'm trying not to lock myself into rigid sewing plans this year. Just kind of go with the flow wherever my fancy takes me. But I do really love this top, so maybe it'll make it into my sewing room on the cutting table this year. We'll see about that. And in life, like I mentioned, we got 12 inches of snow earlier this week, which for some of you is probably not a lot. For others of you, maybe that's unheard of. For us here in the Midwest, I'm in Southern Ohio, that's quite a bit. The most that we usually ever get at any one time would be 5 or 6 inches. And when that happens, that seems like a lot. So to get a foot of snow in a 24-hour period was quite the event here. It took a couple of days for things to kind of get back to normal. Like businesses were closed at least for Monday, and a lot of businesses went ahead and closed on Tuesday as well. Just, I guess, to make sure their employees didn't have to be out on the roads. By the time I got back out on the roads, it was Wednesday morning. So it was 48 hours roughly after the snow started. And for the most part, our roads were pretty good. They had done, like the road crews had done a really good job of keeping on top of them. So it's all good now. Now we still have the snow. I don't know if you can't really see out the window here, but we're going to have this snow for a couple weeks. I'm not sure how long it's going to be around. I would say, depending on the temperatures and whether the sun is shining or not, it's probably going to be with us for a couple of weeks. We'll see. I will keep you guys updated if you're interested in that. Did you guys get snow? Let me know in the comments below. And if you did, is your city or town used to it? How do you guys handle snow there? Or was it one of those, like with us, total fun surprises? I say fun. For the first couple of days it was fun, and now I'm kind of ready for it to be gone. And the main reason for that is because my dog Farley loves and lives to play fetch. It is his prime hobby in life, and we can't go out and play fetch because the ball just like drops right in the snow. And you'd think we'd be able to find it, but then when we walk over to it, it's like sunk way down in there and you can't even really see the hole where it went in. So there's at least one ball somewhere out in the yard that we will find once the snow melts. And speaking of Farley, he had a blast the first day, Tuesday, after it was kind of done snowing, and we went out to play in the snow. He had a total blast. And I'm going to put a little clip of him running around in the snow. It's just too cute for those of you guys who are also dog lovers. And other than Farley enjoying the snow so much and the fact that it does look so pretty, the only kind of other benefit that I'm getting out of it is that it is kind of a good reason slash excuse to hunker down up here in my sewing room and get some sewing done. There's nowhere I have to be for a couple of days there. Nothing was open anyway. You couldn't really run any errands. So it's kind of nice just to hole up here in my sewing room and just kind of be happy. And that's about it this time. This is a kind of a short one. I plan to be back next week with some updates on my Style Arc Clare pants. So stick around for that. And I know I've gotten way far away from doing my Monday matchups. If that's something that you guys are interested in and would like to see me bring back, just drop a comment below. I'd love to know if there's interest in that. I'll be happy to start doing those again if that's something you'd like to see. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you keeping me company here in my sewing room. And until next time.